Yes, children, what was the form of BT? Yes, what does BT stand for? Yes. Okay. Name that form completely. What was it? Melodigyne? Let me see how many of you remember. Yes, both of you, quickly. Melodigyne incognita. Speak, beta. Yes, very important. This is so I keep on asking again and again. What does CRY stand for?
Crystals.
Yes. We were converting the single-stranded mRNA, active mRNA, single-stranded, into inactive dsRNA. What is this process called as?
Gene silencing.
Very good. It is called gene silencing because we are silencing the mRNA. How are we silencing the mRNA? Making it inactive for what?
For making proteins.
Very good. So we wanted an extra strand of mRNA. No? We wanted an extra strand so that we can convert the mRNA into dsRNA. Where did we get that strand from?
Transpon RNA.
Transposons. Very good. You're trying transposons. And then your mRNA was converted into a dsRNA. So this process was also known as gene silencing. What was it called?
Gene silencing.
Name the vector which is used for this process.
Agrobacteria.
Agrobacteria.
Very good. Very quickly now, once again, what is the full form of BT?
Bacillus.
Bacillus thuringiensis.
Yes, Bacillus thuringiensis. And what does CRY stand for?
Crystals.
Yes. It was not killing the bacteria. Yes, but it kills the insects because once it enters the body of the insect, it finds what kind of a medium over there?
Alkaline
pH.
Yes, alkaline, because of which the crystal dissolves and the protein is insecticidal. It starts killing the proteins. We are talking about saving which plant? Which plant we were talking about? Tobacco, cotton, potato, tomatoes. What were we saving?
Tobacco.
Yes, Peter. Now see, we talked about sense and antisense. So these two RNAs are complementary to each other. So they will form a dsRNA. That means which process has taken place? RNAi process. What was RNAi?
RNA intermediate.
RNA interference. Yes. So we have silenced this mRNA of the nematode, mRNA. The parasite cannot survive in a transgenic host. Parasite cannot survive in a transgenic host. What do you mean by transgenic host? In the beginning, when I started, I told you this today. A foreign gene which is inverted is known as a
transgene.
Transgene. Very good. And the host in which a transgene is inserted will be known as which host? Transgenic host. What is such host called?
Transgenic
host.
So a normal host has a single-stranded mRNA. Okay, beta? But you have done some changes in that mRNA and you've converted it into a dsRNA. That means your host is not a normal host now. It is which kind of a host?
Transgenic.
Very good. It is a transgenic host. And these parasites, these insects or worms which attack, they cannot survive in transgenic host. So this is how the plants are protected. The insects or the worms will not attack them only because they cannot survive in which kind of a host?
Transgenic host.
Yes. And we have made this host as transgenic by changing its RNA. We have changed the mRNA into
dsRNA.
Yes. So if there is a normal tobacco plant which has an mRNA, it's a normal natural host. These worms and insects will come and attack, destroy the plant. But we have to change this normal host into which kind of a host in which foreign gene enters?
Transgenic.
Yes. And this foreign gene which is inverted is called?
Transgene.
Very good. So because you have a transgene now, your mRNA has converted into dsRNA. The parasite will not survive in the transgenic host. Will it be able to survive?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes. I'll again be discussing this part with you, pest resistant plants. Quickly revise. Let's discuss once again because you have many questions, small questions coming from this. We need to be. Had you revised this very quickly? Let us discuss once again because we have a lot of short questions, long questions from this topic. Supposing there is a question, the process of converting an mRNA into dsRNA to make the gene inactive. What is this process called as?
Gene silencing.
Gene silencing.
So keep in mind, I'll be scrolling down a little. Let's revise it quickly and then be ready for the questions.
Ma'am, please scroll down.
Yes, Vita, read it. Okay, can we revise quickly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, let's do it very quickly, children. Let's see what questions are possible. Name the nematode which infects the roots of tobacco plant.
Rhizodigina incognita.
Incognita.
Good. Let us do this. The method which involves silencing of a specific RNA due to a complementary dsRNA. What is it called?
Gene
Gene
silencing.
silencing.
Fine. The source of complementary RNA to convert mRNA into dsRNA. What is the source?
Transposons.
Transposons. Transposons.
Name the vector used to introduce these genes.
Agrobacterium vector. Agrobacterium.
The transgene produces two types of RNA in the host cells. Which are the two types of RNAs?
Sense and antisense RNA.
Antisense RNA.
So both of them are complementary. So they will combine with each other and form which kind of RNA?
dsRNA.
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 So which RNA is silenced now?
mRNA.
mRNA.
Silence the specific mRNA. So will the parasite be able to survive in a dsRNA host?
No, ma'am.
Because this host has become which kind of a host now?
Transgenic host.
Transgenic host.
Why is it called a transgenic host?
Because foreign gene has entered into it.
Yes, a foreign gene has entered into it. So we have talked about BT. BT what? Tobacco.
Bacillus.
What was the full form of BT? What was the full form of BT?
Bacillus thuringiensis.
See the condition of your class. You already have a break of 1 week now. And then also only 3 students are present in the class. I'm absolutely okay, children. If you are not interested, then what? I specially gave some names also that day to your class teacher for some calls to be made. This is not class 11th. You cannot be careless. It's your board year, class 12th. Even if you're going for some specific coachings or something, you need to be regular for your classes. Whatever 3-4 hours in the morning you study, it's certainly going to benefit you. Because the type of questions which are asked in board exams is always discussed in school classes. If you're going for NEET coachings and all, the pattern is a little different over there, beta. So you should at least make sure you attend your classes. Anyway, name the worm. Mellow. What was the name of the worm?
Melodygyna. Melodygyna incognita.
So whenever you learn these names and the spellings, make sure you learn the spellings also. Because this is generally asked as a 1 marker question. So 1 marker, if your spelling is wrong, you will get half a mark only. So it is better when you learn the spelling of Bacillus thuringiensis. Maximum students write the spelling of thuringiensis wrong. So when you're learning this, 2 words, Melodygyna and Bacillus thuringiensis, learn. How will you learn?
By writing.
We are moving on to another very, very important topic in applications of biotechnology. I keep telling you that when you're about to sleep, just pick up 10 years papers and see the questions which come. You'll automatically realize that the same type of questions are repeated. We have talked about in agriculture. Now we're going to see how biotechnology helps us in medicine. The rDNA technology, recombinant DNA, making a modified DNA, has made impact in the area of healthcare by enabling mass production of safe and effective therapeutic drugs. Drugs which help in therapy, medication. The recombinant therapeutics do not induce unwanted immunological responses as in common case of products isolated from non-human sources. Normally what happens is if we take a medicine which comes from a non-human source, it affects our immunity. If we make a product which is coming from non-human sources, it affects the human immunity of an individual. But if we are making a product using biotechnology, then this problem does not come. At present, we have about 30 recombinant therapeutics which have been approved for human use all over the world. And out of these 30 medicines or 30 therapeutics, 12 are already being used in India. Normal cases mein beta, if we are going to use a non-human source as a medicine and insert it into the human body, it will certainly cause some immunity problems to the hosts. But there are some products which do not cause any problem to the human body. Okay, recombinant therapeutics. What are they called?
Recombinant
Therapeutics.
We have done some change in the DNA. That is why it is called as recombinant and therapeutic because it is a medicine So we call them as recombinant therapeutics. How many recombinant therapeutics have already been approved in the entire world?
30.
30.
30. How many have been allowed to be used in India and it is already being used in India? How many of them out of these 30?
12.
Very good. The most important is insulin, which is the most important therapeutic drug that we are going to talk, which is allowed in India, used wide scale in India. What is it?
Insulin.
Insulin. Because this insulin is made in a different style. It's not the natural insulin. We call it as, what is the name that we give? Genetically engineered insulin. What is this insulin called?
Genetically engineered.
Genetically engineered.
Insulin.
We have done some engineering, means we have done some change in the insulin. We have changed its original genetic nature. That is why this insulin is known as
Genetically engineered insulin.
Yes, be very careful about this. See, beta, why we had to produce this artificial insulin? There were a lot of people who became diabetic, and the natural insulin earlier we had was extracted from the pancreas of cattle and pigs. And that too slaughtered cattle and pigs. That means the dead cattle and the pigs. Earlier insulin was extracted from where? Pancreas of which animals?
Dead pigs and
Cattle and pigs.
Always remember dead. I'm not talking about the alive ones, the slaughtered ones, the killed ones. But there was a problem in this insulin. This developed allergy or reactions. What was the main problem we were facing from natural insulin, which was extracted from the pancreas of pigs?
it causes allergy.
It develops allergy or types of
reactions.
So the earliest insulin we had, as it is, we used to extract the insulin from the pancreas of dead pigs and dead cattle and insert it into human beings. Basically to control diabetes, you all know we use insulin, but we had a problem in this. And the problem was that it caused
Allergy and reaction.
allergy.
Now that is the main reason. So the scientists said, let's do something now. Insulin has to be inserted. There is no option, but we need to take care that it does not cause allergy. But listen very carefully. Insulin consists of two polypeptide chains, chain A and chain B, that are linked together by disulfide bridges. Let me explain it to you here. See this. If you talk about a normal insulin, it has two chains. How many chains are there?
Two.
Chains. If you see this upper chain is the A peptide chain and the lower chain name, we normally call it as which peptide chain?
B peptide.
Peptide.
So how many chains are there in normal insulin? Very carefully listen, and if you're not able to understand, please tell me. How many polypeptide chains are there?
Two.
Look at this. What is this called as? Which peptide chain is this?
A peptide chain.
A peptide.
Yes.
A
And
peptide.
what is this? Yes, what is this peptide chain called?
B
B
peptide.
peptide.
B peptide chain.
Now you see between these two chains, how many S are written?
4.
At a time.
Oh,
At a
okay.
time, how many? 2, na? Can you see 2 here, 2 here?
Okay, 2. Yes, ma'am.
These are bonds. These are bonds, you call them as disulfide bonds because you have two sulfur over here. These bonds are called as.
Disulfide bond.
So this is the structure of a normal natural insulin. How many peptide chains?
2 peptide chains. 2 peptide chains.
Name them. Name them.
A peptide and B peptide.
Are these A peptide and B peptide chains separate or they're connected to each other by bonds?
Connected
by bond.
Which bonds?
Disulfide bond.
Okay, now I'm going back over here so that let me see if you understood. Insulin consists of two short chains, chain A and chain B, that are linked together by which bonds?
Disulfide bond.
In mammals, including humans, insulin is synthesized as a prohormone. Prohormone means the initial stage of a hormone when it is not active, it is not functional. Later, when it becomes functional, we call it as a prohormone. So prohormone is the stage when it is a baby hormone, it is not active. Later, it grows and becomes a fully mature hormone and then it becomes functional. So in humans also, direct hormone, we don't get direct insulin. Insulin is secreted in which form?
Prohormone.
Prohormone. But there is one problem here. In mammals, apart from these two peptide chains, we have an extra chain, which is C-peptide chain. Which chain is there?
C-peptide.
C-peptide.
This is the main problem. That is why we were having these allergic reactions. Normal insulin should have only how many chains?
2 peptide chains.
But in mammals, but only in mammals we are talking about. And the problem was that humans are included in mammals only. We have another chain, that is C-peptide chain.
C-peptide.
Can you see? C-peptide chain. A, B, C, you have 3 chains. But the good thing is one. The good thing is, I told you that insulin is secreted as a
Prohormone.
the good thing is that this C-peptide chain is not present in the mature insulin. It is removed during maturation into insulin. When your prohormone is becoming mature, ये C-peptide chain अलग होके separate हो जाता है. So the main challenge for the production of insulin using rDNA technique was getting insulin assembled into a mature form. The main problem was that we could get insulin, but we wanted insulin in which form? Mature form or prohormone form?
Mature form.
That means we need to cut and remove which peptide chain?
C-peptide chain.
C-peptide.
So when insulin is present in the pre-hormone stage, how many peptide chains are there?
3.
Yes. A peptide, B peptide, and
C-peptide.
C-peptide.
but when this prohormone becomes mature and converts into active hormone, then which peptide is not present?
C-peptide.
So we have to remove what? We have to remove which chain?
C-peptide chain.
C-peptide.
C-peptide chain.
Very, very important topic, beta insulin. Lot of questions come. In 1983, there was an American company, Eli Lilly, often asked. Name the company?
Eli Lilly.
Yes. They prepared 2 DNA sequences corresponding to A and B chains of human insulin and introduced them in plasmid of E. coli to produce insulin chains. They only took 2. Which chain? A and B. They did not take C. And they introduced it in which plasmid?
E. coli.
E. coli. These chains A and B were produced separately, extracted, and then combined by creating disulfide bonds to produce human insulin called Humulin. So they produced them separately. They produced A peptide separately and they produced B peptide separately, and then they extracted it out. Out of which organism?
E. coli.
E. coli.
And then out, after we took it out from the body, they joined them artificially with the help of which bonds?
Disulfide bonds.
Disulfide.
So this C is not there. This is free. This kind of an insulin which is prepared artificially. Artificially में क्या हो रहा है बेटा? पहले ये दोनों चेन अलग अलग हम बना रहे हैं. In which organism?
E. coli.
E. coli.
And then we extract these single strands and join them with which bonds?
Disulfide bond.
Which was the American company who did this for the first time?
Eli Lilly.
And in which year it was?
1983.
So you see it's not very old. This kind of an artificially synthesized insulin, which is used for human beings now and now it does not cause allergies, is called Humulin. What is it called?
Humulin.
So if you basically talk about the structural difference of Humulin and insulin, insulin has how many strands? Normal insulin that we talk about.
3.
In pro. No, we are talking about the prohormone stage.
3.
Yes. And the normal Humulin which is used has only how many strands?
2.
Which strands are present?
A and B.
A and B.
Yes. Which American company worked on this for the first time that yes, we should produce some medicine because people are facing allergy?
Eli Lilly.
They got 2 single strands of this A strand and B strand and inserted it into a plasmid of which organism?
E. coli.
E. coli.
After you get strands, okay, they were extracted out and what was done to those strands?
They were Combined by disulfide bonds.
Extracted and combined by disulfide bond.
So basically, we had to remove one strand, one peptide strand. Which one had to be removed?
C peptide.
A, B, or C?
Peptide.
Okay. And why are we doing so much of effort? Why are we removing the C peptide and all this stuff in insulin? Why are we doing?
Ma'am, because C peptide is not present in human that mature insulin.
Yes, yes. So we are connecting these artificially two strands A and B with which bonds?
Disulfide bond.
This artificially prepared human insulin, which has only two strands connected by disulfide bonds, is called as?
Humalin.
What is the structural difference between proinsulin and humalin? Let me see who can answer. Listen to my question very carefully. What is the structural difference? Can you hear me, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I ask? What is the structural difference between proinsulin and humalin?
Ma'am, proinsulin has C
Ma'am,
peptide A, B, and C, while
Very good.
humalin has peptides A and B.
Very good. The other way, if I ask, are humalin and mature insulin same in structure?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Why? Because both of them have how many strands?
2.
Yes. So insulin is produced in mammals, in human beings, in which form? What was that form?
Immature form.
Yes, immature form. Okay, pro-hormone stage. What is that stage called as?
Prohormone.
And then they become active. The same problem we had here also. Okay. Are you okay with this, or you want me to take this topic again, insulin? Tell me I'm absolutely okay. If you want, I can.
ma'am, the difference you asked between humalin and which insulin?
Humalin and proinsulin.
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 Yes. Proinsulin means I'm talking about the insulin which is in which stage? Mature or immature?
Immature.
Yes. This,
Immature.
yes. Pro-hormone stage. In pro-hormone stage, insulin is known as proinsulin. In proinsulin stage, it has an extra stage which is known as?
C peptide.
Okay, tell me this is which stage of insulin? Is it insulin or is it proinsulin?
Insulin.
Sure. See carefully. 3 lines are there, beta.
Ma'am, below diagram.
Hmm.
Ma'am, proinsulin.
Yes, this one I'm saying. Yes, this, and this. How many chains are there?
3.
3.
See this polypeptide A and polypeptide B are connected with which bonds?
Disulfide bond.
But we have an additional one. This one attached here. This was which one? This must be the
C peptide.
very easy to identify. Supposing they tell you to identify the strands, wherever you have disulfide bonds. Here, let's come down. This is your C peptide. Proinsulin means which form of insulin?
Immature form.
Yes. Now we come to recombinant vaccines. The vaccines produced during genetic engineering methods are called recombinant vaccines or second generation vaccines. So normal vaccines, you know, only dead organism inserted and all that, normal process of vaccination. But these vaccines where we have done some changing in the genetic constitution, recombinant vaccines, they are also known as second generation vaccines. What are they called?
Second generation
Vaccine.
Before I move on to the second generation vaccine, let me very quickly in a minute tell you about first generation vaccines. First generation vaccines, we normally introduce a dead or a weak pathogen into the body of an organism, and the body develops antibodies against it. So this is the first time. And second time when the same pathogen attacks the body is already prepared because it has what? What is
Antibodies.
already prepared in the body?
Antibodies develop.
Yes, beta. But we had certain problems. Supposing we are inserting a dead pathogen, they're very, very small. So if one dose of vaccine is sending 100 dead pathogens in your body, maybe 1 or 2 are not dead. They are alive. Even after separate testing, it is possible. So we had done about edible vaccines, banana and all, if you remember a little in the previous chapter. So those were first generation vaccines. Now we have got modern vaccines, which are known as which generation vaccines?
Second generation vaccine.
Okay, let us see how they are different. They have gene inserts for the surface protein of a pathogen that elicit immunity but do not result in infection. Normally what happens is when you insert a pathogen beta, vaccine के बाद fever आ ही जाता है. Normally you have seen this, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Because when a vaccine enters the body, it causes two things. One is it is giving you immunity, but it will also cause infection in your body. Supposing I'm inserting a dead bacteria, तो bacteria अपना effect थोड़ा बहुत तो जरूर दिखाएगा, whether it is dead or weak. However, it will give you immunity also. Think about a vaccine जो इतना अच्छा हो that it only gives you immunity, but it does not cause what?
Infection.
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 Yes, very good. These kind of vaccines are known as second generation vaccines. First generation vaccines, they cause both. Of course, they give you immunity, but minor infection is also caused. Whenever we take a vaccine, आपने देखा होगा 1 or 2 days fever, inflammation, कुछ ना कुछ problem जरूर आता है. The reason is because vaccines give you immunity as well as
Infection.
Infection.
but in second generation vaccines, what are they giving you?
Only immunity.
Only immunity.
Only immunity.
Very good. Only immunity, do not result in infection. These plasmids are inserted in bacteria or yeast cells that express the viral proteins, which are then injected into the human host as vaccine. We take plasmids. Plasmids are circular DNA, always remember, extranuclear circular DNAs. And we put these plasmids in bacteria or in yeast cells. Where do we put these plasmids in? Which cells normally?
Bacteria or yeast cells.
Yes. And then we inject it into the human host as a vaccine. There they recognize as foreign and an immune response is elicited. Immediately the human body will say, oh, this is something foreign, because bacteria is not something natural to the human body. The recombinant only immunity will be caused. What will not be caused is?
Infection.
The recombinant hepatitis B vaccine and polio vaccine are examples of second generation vaccines. Give me examples of 2 second generation vaccines.
Hepatitis B
polio
vaccine and polio vaccine.
Yes. These second generation vaccines are special vaccines because they do provide what?
Immunity.
Immunity.
But they do not cause
Infection.
yes, they do not cause infection. Okay. So such kind of vaccines are known as
Recombinant.
recombinant vaccines or second generation vaccines. Please remember this, okay? Recombinant vaccines or second generation vaccines. Is it okay for all?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I am not taking stem cell technology today. Let me do this with you again. Earlier, insulin was extracted from the pancreas of
Pigs.
Slaughtered cattle and pig.
what was the problem in this insulin?
It causes
Cause
allergy.
allergy and reactions.
So if we study about the mature insulin structure, we will find that it is made up of 2 very short polypeptide chains. What is the name?
A peptide and
A peptide and B peptide.
Which are connected by which chain?
Disulfide bond.
Disulfide bonds.
Animals, including humans, insulin is not synthesized as it is insulin. It is synthesized in which form?
Hormone form.
Prohormone.
Prohormone. So insulin will be known as proinsulin. That stage of baby insulin, when it is growing up, it is called proinsulin. It is not active. So it has to be made mature into insulin. Now, once it becomes mature, it's going to contain an extra stretch of insulin. What is that called as?
C-peptide.
C peptide.
So this C peptide is found only in proinsulin or insulin also?
In
Insulin.
Hmm. It is
Insulin.
only in the proinsulin, the baby insulin form, the immature insulin form. When it becomes mature, this is removed. So the main challenge of producing insulin was this only. Which company came into scene? An American company to produce this?
Eli Lilly.
Which year it was, children?
1983.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
They simply did two things. Yes, Piche? Hello? Yes, beta?
Ma'am, that we can get to the mature form by removing the C peptide chain, but how can we synthesize?
We cannot remove the C-peptide chain. That is the main problem. We were not able to remove the C-peptide chain. So what did they do? They took two sequences which were corresponding to A and B. We took two sequences which are similar to A chain and B chain, and we put them in a plasmid. So we got multiple copies. Okay, cloning took place and we got multiple copies of which two peptide chains?
A and B.
Peptide and B.
Yes, we actually artificially we prepared two sequences which were resembling the A peptide and B peptide. We cannot cut this C chain because if we cut this C chain, it will get damaged. We'll not be able to use this. So we
Ma'am,
cannot
but
cut this.
Ma'am, but humans are able to
The only option. What are you saying,
but
beta?
humans
Speak
can
again.
only synthesize through a hormone.
No, you're getting confused, child. Insulin is secreted in humans first in which form?
Through hormone.
Proinsulin.
Ma'am, but it is synthesized
Prohormone means how many chains are there?
three.
Three chains.
Naturally, when prohormone is converted into hormone inside the human body on its own, what is removed during maturation?
C peptide.
C-peptide.
But if we say that we extract the this proinsulin with 3 strands from the human body and then cut the C peptide chain artificially, we cannot do that because that is not successful. That insulin becomes inactive totally. Naturally ho jata hai beta inside the body, that is a different thing, that your proinsulin is converted into insulin. Automatically C chain alag ho ja raha hai. But if we say we can extract and do it, then this will not happen. Then the mature insulin, even after cutting C chain, your insulin will not convert into active insulin stage. It will not work like this. So earlier attempts were this only what you were saying. Pehle yahi koshish kiya tha, that we should cut the C strand. But after cutting the C strand, we saw that the insulin became inactive. So the scientists thought of another strategy. Agar hum C ko cut nahi kar sakte hain, so the only option we had is, let us artificially produce A strands and B strands and join them. Because mature insulin has how many strands?
Two strands.
What she is saying is absolutely correct. Initial efforts beta yahi the, that if C is extra, why not cut C? We'll automatically get a mature insulin. So this was done. But once the C was cut, the insulin